You're with us here on a fresh new edition of Closing Bell. We are coming to you live from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant. With me, my colleagues Rima and Surabhi here. And of course, Nigel is sitting in the newsroom. Guys, hi, good afternoon. It's an absolutely quiet kind of day. And really no excitement, no pull, no push. Just kind of middling into the close. So far, of course, things could change in the last hour or so, but it doesn't look like it. So just a quick few things before we sort of get the ball rolling. As I said, it's an absolutely flat session. But sectors are doing well. Some sectors are under pressure. The sectors which are doing well are autos, PSU banks, real estate. The sectors which are under pressure are FMCG, IT, metals. The small cap index is doing well. It's up about 0.75% the last I checked. And, the advance decline consequently is up. It's about 3:1 in favor of advances. Mid caps are flat. The mid cap index, the last I checked. Global markets are also quiet. Asia was more up. Europe is more quiet. And global markets, of course, will keep trading, even though tomorrow it's a bit of a market, not a bit of a market holiday, it's a market holiday. And there are two of them this week. So generally, volume activity, etc. Also, if you look at the list of top gaining stocks in the broader market, are they being pushed by a lot? Are they supported by a lot of volumes? I would say just a cursory glance, perhaps the answer is no. So volumes perhaps also slightly on the lower side. Rima.
Hi, it's a short, but it's a very important week for our markets. And for the day, as you pointed out, things have been very quiet and flat. The Nifty's just moved in a 115-point range. Well, it sounds like a triple-digit move, but in terms of percentage, that would be just about 0.6%. The good part is from the dip that we had around early morning, the markets have recovered close to about 50 points. Broader markets are outperforming. The mid-cap index is up 0.4%. The small-cap index is up 0.6, 0.7%. But the small-cap index has slipped from the top of the trading session by close to about 0.6%. So basically, the small-cap index had a gain of more than 1%, but that has whittled down to just about 0.5%. The advance decline ratio continues to hold up in favor of the gaining side. So we've got nearly 2,300 stocks in the green for about 600 stocks currently in the red. IT continues to remain very, very nervous, maybe ahead of the earnings, which kickstart from next week. And this time, Surabhi, there is so much uncertainty. Well, I've been tracking IT now here for 14 years. Okay, so in TCS, I was looking at the numbers and expectations. The constant currency, quarter-on-quarter range for TCS ranges from 0.4% growth to 1.7% growth. Wow. It may not seem a lot to you, but generally in IT, there's a fair amount of consensus, and you do not see such a wide
largest names, and you're saying this is for TCS.
Exactly. So typically you would have, a 0.4, 0.5% kind of a variance.
Yeah.
But this time it's from 0.4 to 1.7%. I've never seen such a wide, variance and divergence in the expectations. So clearly there is a lot of uncertainty going into the numbers, what these companies are going to report.
And report, and more importantly, what they're going to say as well. Yes, especially with this all-important US market and what's happening with the big, chunky BFSI vertical there, right? So IT obviously is a watch point. Two more sectors that have made it to the news today. One is autos, and the auto sales report card is more positive than negative, and therefore there's been consistent buying through the day. If you're looking at a Hero Moto or a Maruti, most of those names, even Eicher for that matter, auto is on the upside today, and that's the one pocket of the market that has actually been consistently taking things higher. That's Maruti for you. The next is the oil and gas play because of what happened to global crude oil prices with the 7-8% surge in the morning. By the way, Brent was still up 4.5% last I checked. And the result is that the upstream producers, pull up ONGC or pull up an Oil India, those stocks have been positive right from the morning, and that trend is intact, pretty much intact right now. There, look at that surge. Make it 5.5% on Brent now, not 4.5%, because of the surprise production cut that OPEC Plus announced. So ONGC's lost its morning gains. Oil India is holding on to more of them. And then comes the city gas distribution play, where the cuts are pretty deep. If you're picking up, let's say, a stock like Mahanagar Gas, even IGL is down, Gujarat Gas marginally lower. And that's because of lack of clarity on the Kirit Parikh recommendations. The market anticipated that they will be in place by the 1st of April, but that's not happened, at least so far. You will hear a lot more about this as we go forward. But in terms of just sectors which are making it to the headlines and also stock price action moves, it is perhaps these two. Nigel, how are you seeing the market today?
Well, just waiting for an hour or so, and then you're off again into the dressing room, right? I mean, what a good week to come to the office. But, on a serious note, since it's a truncated week, it's always the best time for writers. So whether it's a call or a put writer, they're going to be very, very happy because we've got tomorrow holiday. and you come back on Wednesday and the weekly expiry plays out yet again. And by the way, you'll have the Nifty Bank expiry that will be playing out in the final 55 minutes today itself, because tomorrow is an off. So remember, normally it happens on Tuesday. That's going to happen on Monday. And the expiry that normally takes place on Thursday will take place on Wednesday as well. To pull up the Nifty, couple of strikes that are very active. 17,400 put, very active. The premium is down sharply out there. Even on the 17,500 call, well, out there as well, the markets are more or less in a range, and the premium out there as well has eroded because the time value of money is eroding out there. So the markets can stay in this range of around 17,200, around 17,500 just for one session, that's today. And on Wednesday, then the writers will be going home with bulk of the gains. And the other point that I made earlier today as well was that April historically is one of the stronger months for the broader markets in comparison to the Nifty. So if the Nifty falls, the broader markets fall less. At least that's what history suggests for the last 10 years, barring 2019. So the odds are in favor of the bulls for a broader market outperformance. Let's see how this plays out.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yes, we're all waiting for that 1 hour to go, and that perhaps explains the low volumes that we are seeing today. Here's what's lined up in the next 1 hour for you. Gas stocks, MGL, IGL correct after the government keeps APM gas price unchanged till further orders. The street was expecting Kirit Parikh committee's recommendations of a price hike to be accepted by the 1st of April. Key excerpts from our conversation with Kirit Parikh lined up on the show.
Mid-sized banks are reacting to their fourth quarter business updates. All the details coming up. Karnataka under pressure, CSB and some others like Dhanalakshmi doing better. All the details in just a bit.
A whole host of stocks like GMR Infra, Policy Bazaar, KPIT Tech are buzzing in trade on the back of recent brokerage notes.
We'll discuss portfolio positioning and the strategy ahead in the market with Dinshaw Irani of Helios Capital. He joins in the next half hour. All this and more over the next 60 minutes.